This is John, and welcome to YakAttack. This is iCast 2024. I'm going to lap this new canoe, and we're going to show you everything new at iCast, a couple things you might have seen, but a whole lot that you haven't. So first off, I'm going to start with the Switchblade Live. This was a product that we showed last year at iCast, but we had some changes in priorities and focused on short stacks and track packs and really good good products that had a lot of volume, are really nice. But we're going to put some prioritization back in the Switchblade Live, and our goal is going to be fall of 2024, and that's going to be that kayak specific length. We are going to do a boat specific length as well, but that's going to be for all of your kind of forward facing sonar options, going to be plug and play for your kayak. So keep your eyes peeled for fall of this year for the Switchblade Live. Working our way back in the kayak, kind of basing off the track pack was to me, I'm the person, I'm over prepared. I typically have way too much gear, but also I'm always rocking. I have a first aid kit in this booth right now. It's the first thing that I bring, but getting a kind of a first aid specific track pack that's going to be in a nice dry bag. I'm typically going to put this in the back of my black pack, all the way in the back of the boat. It's out of the way. I don't need it all the time, but when I need it, I know it's there. So we'll sell that with and without the track pack, which is kind of cool. And then moving mid-ship to the seat, this is going to be a new dual density seat cushion. And so it's going to be medium firmness on this side. Flip it over, then you have a firm side. So it comes down to your personal comfort, the kayak you're in, or whether you have multiple kayaks and the seat's starting to sag in one. Pick the comfort level you like. It's going to have the straps to strap it on there nicely. And then next up is going to be kind of a simple phone harness and a tether, but that's going to pair nicely with our new phone holder, which we'll show you at the end of the video. Keep going back. This is going to be the leaderboard. So the leaderboard we previewed last year at iCast. Just brought it to market about a month and a half ago. And so this is going to be the first play at some additional colors. This is going to be the desert sand that we've sold in other accessories. And we're going to be working and playing with some others. But just really quickly on the leaderboard, people that aren't familiar with it, this is going to be one kind of geared towards mostly your freshwater bass anglers. Kind of the tournaments, the catch photo release concept. So having the ability for built-in identifiers. And so that comes with the board. For me, I'm the crazy individual that whenever I'm on a flight, I check my seat number like 9 times. And so I haven't fished a tournament in a long time, but used to about 10 to 15 years ago. And so I can never remember my smallest fish. And so giving a visual indicator of these cold tabs is nice, where you can mark your 3 smallest, keep moving up at the day, but slap your fish on. If it doesn't hit your minimum cold tab, then, keep fishing. So, and also you're going to see that it is a little bit wider, a little bit bigger, kind of nice shape to it. So any of your big fish, to me, like 18 inches plus, fit really, really nicely on the shape and geometry of this board. And then from this view as well, you can see what we call our double take visual indicator. This is kind of a unique one in the sense that it helps the tournament directors, but it also helps the angler. And from the sense that if your fish isn't touching, it's going to double the length. So if you're off 1/4 of an inch, it's going to double that. So you're visibly going to see that your fish isn't touching in your photos. Pick the best photo that is touching. Submit that one. Built-in tether hole, and then also it comes already installed with your foam to make it float, so it falls in the water. It's not gonna sink. So that's gonna be that leaderboard. That's the 28-inch version. We also have a metric version for anglers outside the country, outside the U.S. in different markets. And on this specific build, we have it paired with the double header. So that's gonna be the option to get it off the track and offset, so you can still use all the track on your boat. So continuing to move back, in this black pack, we have one new accessory, and that's going to be this dual mesh pocket. And we're going to have 2 different sizes. This is the 16-inch dimension on the black pack. This is a 16-16. And we'll also have a 13-inch version to pair with the 13-16 or the smaller 13-13 that you see back here. Kind of continuing to move back, we've had a lot of this request on more additional track for the Gridlock mounting platform that's featured on the black pack and short stack. So we'll have an anodized aluminum version and also a polycarbonate version that's going to be that narrow, what we call GT90 track and GT SL90 track. We're going to keep working back. For the anglers that are using a motor, I've kind of been a motor guy, in most situations for about 4 or 5 years now. And so we have a new throttle mount that is going to be backwards compatible. This is the original Torqeedo mount. They have a new one with some of their new units. So it's going to be forward compatible, and then also for anglers using Newport vessels. So that's going to fit all 3 of them. And for the Newport guys, our original mount kind of stuck out a little bit. This is going to be one that's going to be really nice and sleek and everything is going to be tucked underneath. So that's going to be that new throttle mount. And then continuing to work up, kind of the foundation of this whole cockpit is built off our new crossbar. So this is going to be the command center crossbar. We're going to feature it in 2 different sizes. What this is, it's a 4-sided rail with eight facets of attachment. So on each flat side, you have a standard T-bolt accessory mounting platform, and the T-bolt goes in, and then all of the edges, you have the same mounting functionality as what we call our side stage here. And so with that side stage, the product we released a couple months ago, it has what we call click track. And so that's the ability that you're going to be able to snap accessories on the edges of that crossbar just to maximize functionality, usability, and kind of give you the ability to make it yours. So that's the command center crossbar. And then kind of next up is just some, some easy hitting dry bags if you need dry bags, dry bag backpacks. And then the next big one for me is going to be our phone holder. So this is going to be the RotoGrip phone holder. This is in kind of our pro variation. It's going to have that lock and load base, the articulating ball up top. And what this is going to be, it's going to be a sizable RotoGrip, the same wheels featured on, our RotoGrip line. These are the ones that are utilized mostly in our park and pull RotoGrip. But you're going to have really easy one-handed functionality. It's really, to me, what you need on a kayak, whether you are fishing a tournament and have a fish on and you want to get your phone quickly. And then every one of them is going to include your harness and your tether already with it. And so this is going to be the pro version. We'll also sell a version that only has the double-side connector and a trackball, our screw ball. And that's going to be kind of a little more low profile, a little bit more inexpensive. But this guy, the goal, basically, the original objective was to be able to take it, and with under a minute, you could resize it for a different phone. It's a little bit more of kind of an automotive CarPlay for, if you're swapping drivers. But just to make it easy, you're just going to take that ball in the back. It's kind of unique where you're able to rotate it, and that's going to tighten it up. So with this, I'm going to go to the max width. I'm going to slap my new phone in it and then go ahead and tighten. And so that's basically how I'm going to size it for my own phone. So swapped in and out, and I'm reset up, ready to rock. So I'm going to put that back real quick. And then we'll take a quick walk and show you other 2 new accessories that are a little different spot in the booth. We're going to walk this way just real quick. Not completely new for ICAST, but one that we hadn't really given the attention that it needed, but was good. Basically going to be our gridlock belt loop adapter. And what that's going to be is going to be a simple little belt loop attachment that goes right in the gridlock hole pattern in your black bag. And so that's going to accept, any tool that has a regular little belt loop adapter that I usually stick, in your pocket or whatever. Or I know a lot of guys are going to carry on the water if that's something you like. And that's just going to snap right in with that type of holster. So that's going to keep it. It works fantastically on the lid of the black pack. I've seen some guys mount it on the side, which is nice. Of the black pack, they can reach back, do what they want, and just have easy access to it. At the same time, it keeps it completely dry and out of the water. So that's a cool option. And then we'll show you one more that kind of hits, any type of angler, not just kayak fishing. And so here's going to be a new rod rack. And this is going to be, it features that same click track that was on our side stage, but also that crossbar. And it gives you the ability within one product to attach rods horizontally, vertically, and then also on the ceiling. So for me, I'm going to line my office with these, 20, 30 rods all out of the way, tucked on the wall. They're not going to fall over. They're not going to get damaged. But to me, whether you're kayak fishing, we're also this year at ICAST launched some surf carts. And, at the heart, we're all anglers. And so we need, the ability and a place to store rods. So, for the most part, that's going to be some new stuff here at ICAST at the YakAttack booth.